Hey guys, aloha, it's Vanessa and welcome to day 14 of the 30-day self-love challenge. And I'm so excited that you guys are joining us, that you're tuning in every day. Thank you for taking the time to watch these videos, for implementing these tips and tools in your life, and for sharing with us here your results. And of course, sharing the love, sharing these videos with your friends and your community. So today I want to talk to you about an idea, a concept that really changed my life, and it was the idea that we have the power to manifest and change our life. Such a simple concept, and this happened, many years ago. Back in the day, I went bankrupt, and I was in a really bad place in my life. And I started learning about the law of attraction, and I started reading and interviewing people. And I came across a process that I want to share with you. I wrote about it in my book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. And it's the same process I now teach to business owners. So I want to share it with you. And it's a simple process, and it uses some of today's latest discoveries into the power and the resonance of the magnetic field of your heart, and what you feel, and how you can start calling things into your vibration, how you can start changing your vibration. And so I want to share with you this very simple process today. So you will need a piece of paper and a pen. And you want to think about one thing in your life that you want to change. Maybe it's a new career. Maybe it is a new relationship, a new house. Maybe you want to manifest a new opportunity for yourself. Whatever it is, pick one thing. And we're going to call this exercise my ideal career, my ideal trip. I use this process in the very beginning of my business to attract my ideal clients. And so I still use this process today in some of my programs, and my clients have phenomenal results. I still use this in my own personal life today when I'm wanting to manifest, attract the right clients for a new webinar or attract a new virtual assistant, to get really crystal clear using what is already showing up in your life, to get really crystal clear about what it is you are now wanting to experience. It works like magic. I can't wait to share with you this process. So grab a piece of paper. I have a book here. What you want to do is write at the very top, my ideal topic, my ideal client. Pick one thing, get very specific. Don't say something like my ideal life. It's too broad. You want to segment it down to one thing. My ideal home, my ideal new friend. You're wanting to attract new friends. Pick one thing. Then what you want to do is draw a line right down the middle of the page. Simple. On the left-hand side of the page, you want to write down what I don't want. This is a process that I would learn from Michael Lozier, who is a famous Canadian law of attraction coach. And he used to have I don't know if he still does, he used to have a radio show on Oprah's network. Wonderful process. So on the left-hand side, you're writing down what I don't want to experience. So, for example, if I was going to talk about my ideal clients, I would write something like, I don't want people who don't understand or see the value of my work. I don't want people who are not a right fit. I don't want people who are not spiritual. I don't want people who are broke and can't afford my services. So search your memory banks, and contrary to what some people talk about, using the law of attraction, you have to be positive all the time. And the law of attraction is basically just a law like any other law, right, of the law of gravity. What you put out, you attract back to you. So here, this first stage of the process is really kind of clearing your vibe, right? Creating that space to then invite something new in, right? Creating the space. So what is it that you don't like about something you've already experienced? Take the time to write it down here on the left-hand side of the page. I don't want. And you might come up with a few, so just start the process. And the second stage of this is very easy. What you do is, now that you have on the left-hand side what you don't want, on the right-hand side you write at the top what I do want. So you ask yourself the question for everything you've written down. You ask yourself, so what do I want? And this is so important because, you know, most people will be able to tell you in life what it is they don't want. But when you ask them what they want, they don't really know. So this helps you get really clear. So for example, if you're talking about your ideal clients, I don't want people who don't understand me or who are not spiritual. So what do you want? I want people who are, you know, spiritual, who are into, you know, God, into nature. I want people who are, you know, who honor, adore, love, cherish, and respect me. I want people, I even wrote down once, I want my clients to feel like my long lost friends and send me presents. And I had clients give me earrings and send me beautiful cards in the mail. This works. So you get really specific. Give yourself permission here to really want what you want and take the time to, you know, write this down. So you go through that list. So now you've got two lists. You've got your paper, you've got what you don't want, transferred into what you do want. Now this is where it gets really interesting. So now you're going to turn your paper around and grab a new piece of paper, and you're going to now write sentences. Now that you got clear, you're going to write sentences with these new desires. And you're going to use a trick to actually get your subconscious to accept these new affirmations. It's a very tricky way. It's so sneaky. It's fabulous. So what you're going to write is you're going to use two interchangeable sentences. The first one is, it's so exciting to know that my ideal nanny is, right, what you wrote down. It's so exciting to know that my ideal clients are spiritual and God-loving and they know, you know, like and trust me right away and know I'm the right coach to help them. It's so exciting that my ideal nanny is like this. Right now you frame it in the present tense. And the reason why you do my ideal is because if you were to say my ideal client, and maybe you don't even have any clients, well, your mind is going to call this is bullshit, right? It's lying. So you're bypassing your mind's defense mechanism by saying my ideal, and at the same time, you're including the vibration of excitement. The next sentence you can interchange them, you know, like this, is I love knowing that my ideal clients, you know I'm the right one for them, or I love knowing that, you know, my ideal clients are ready to work with me. I love knowing that my ideal home is in a beautiful location like Hawaii or on this street. Get really specific. So now you've written all of these sentences down and you make them juicy and exciting. And then every morning and every night, you take out your piece of paper, you put your hands on your heart, right? When you put your hands on your heart and you read these out, and you know, don't be shy to have that like kind of over the top enthusiasm, you know, and what you're doing is you're activating that vibration and you're sending it out in the universe. And let me tell you something. This is how I manifested my very first clients. I got so frustrated on sales calls with people that were not a right match for me. This is years ago, and I went through maybe 18 calls before I said, you know what, I'm going to get really clear about this. And I got clearer and clearer and clearer, and I did this exercise religiously in the morning and at night, and everything turned around. I attracted the most phenomenal clients, and I still use this process to this day because it works. When you put your hands over your heart, you are activating the resonance of the heart's magnetic field, and you are calling into you, you know, your desires. And this is a way to get really crystal clear and watch how this works. I've taught this in workshops before and have just, you know, phenomenal results. Give yourself 30 days to do this. Do this every day for 30 days. And some people ask me, how many topics can you do at once? I would say, you know, do no more than 2. And then start seeing, as you start seeing the results showing up in your life, have a gratitude journal and just be like, I'm so, you know, thankful that these things are showing up. And you'll see, you know, you'll have to recalibrate a little bit. You get clearer and clearer. You might be in the shower and think, oh yeah, I want to add that to my list. So, and then a nice little trick that I use is get some colored paper. I have like fluorescent pink paper that I use. I'll just show you, or like blue paper, you know, something really fun and colorful. And I put that, you know, on the color paper, and then I have it next to my bed. I might put it in plastic, and hands on my heart. And I go through this process every day. So I challenge you guys to do this and implement it in your life and do it consistently for 30 days and watch what happens. So excited, so exciting. to hear from you. So again, that's day 14 of the Self-Love Challenge. Thanks for taking the time to watch, guys, and sharing this with your friends and fans. I love you. Mwah. I see you real soon. Aloha.